What are our odds tonight of getting something good?
Well, I think we're going to get a really colorful sunset.
Yeah?
So we've got the mountains,
Okay.
got some nice reflection in the lake. We'll see, 50-50.
Okay, so you think there's a chance?
There's a chance.
Okay. I hope that sky lights up. That'll be pretty. So on Emmy's last night here this summer, before going back to school, we asked her, is there anything this summer that you didn't get a chance to do? And what'd she say?
She wanted to skip rocks, of all things.
She said it's not summer unless you skip rocks.
On the water.
On the water, yeah. And I said, okay, I know a great place to go for that. You can see all that water out there. I think that cloud looks really cool back there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm waiting a little bit more into the sun setting.
Yeah.
It should be amazing.
We got an hour?
Not quite. 45 minutes, maybe. 40 minutes.
Okay. But where we want to go is only like 10 minutes down the trail. So we're going to go there, kind of look around, and then go a little bit further in just to see. What's cool is that there's a series of ponds here, but there's also the river. So there's a couple of places that we can explore with have water, and I love that. So let's see what we can see. You ready to see what we can see?
Yep.
Okay, let's go. I go to this location all the time for my portrait studio and do a lot of photos right in kind of the area right next to the parking lot. But when we went with Emmy, we went farther. This goes quite a ways. And the sunset was pretty. Did we see ospreys that night too?
Lots of osprey.
Osprey that night. And so we said, okay, we are going to come back on an evening and record it for you all. See what we can see, whether it's insects or birds, like there goes a dragonfly, ospreys, or a cool sunset. Okay, there's a lot of cool things about this particular location up in Fort Collins. One is that right behind me, right there, is the freeway. And then there's another major road at the parking lot. It is right near town and traffic, and it's acres and acres and acres of this you would never know. And all the bodies of water, just right here off the main roads. I just love that. Fort Collins has done such a great job in preserving all kinds of natural areas. All right, well, Steve's exploring over there. I don't know if you can see him. Right there. Oh, this is coming unscrewed. This is the little kind of beach side that we had our picnic at, and we skipped rocks, and the sunset was so pretty. It is very cloudy tonight. I don't know. We only have maybe 15 minutes till sunset, so maybe something will open up. I'm not sure. Our other thought was maybe to see osprey, because last time we were here, we did see some osprey fishing. What do you think, babe?
As far as?
What are our odds tonight of getting something good?
Well, I think we're going to get a really colorful sunset.
Yeah?
So we've got the mountains,
Okay.
got some nice reflection in the lake. We'll see, 50-50.
Okay, so you think there's a chance?
There's a chance.
Okay. Oh, I'm excited. Also, the other crazy thing is that for about 2 weeks, we couldn't even see the mountains from the smoke.
Yeah, that's the fires in California. The smoke was blowing directly across Colorado.
Yeah, all the way over here.
Yeah, I want to see if there's can find something for foreground interest with the reflection in the lakes and the sunset.
Good idea. I remembered my mosquito repellent, so maybe I won't get eaten tonight. It's pretty dark right now. It's going to be a struggle. Also, Steve is doing his normal A7R4 with the 200 to 600 millimeter lens. I have the Sony A9 II, also with a 200 to 600 millimeter lens. But I brought two other wider lenses just in case, so I can get maybe a wide shot of the sunset, and Steve maybe will get some more detail. Yeah?
I'll get some details, but I'm thinking panorama at this point.
Oh.
Probably from where we are now, I could get a decent panorama with about 8 frames, maybe 10.
Like vertical panel?
Vertical panel, 2 layers, 2 levels.
2 level?
So we get the lake, the full lake and the sky.
Ooh.
So we'll see. It's no guarantees at this point.
Okay. Well, while Steve wanders, I decided to just stay put right here. I did see a heron right over there, and we both tried to take a picture. These lenses only go down to 6.3 aperture. So that was at ISO 2500 at 1/640th of a second shutter speed. It's hard to handhold this anything lower than that. So that gives you an idea of how dark it is out here. So I'm at this particular natural area a lot all throughout the year for my regular client sessions. And I have seen some really cool wildlife in this park. I've also kayaked out here on the bigger pond, and I've seen goslings and ducklings. That's really fun to paddle out and see those on the islands. And I have seen bald eagles here. I've seen owls here. I've seen osprey here. All kinds of hawks. There is a plethora of birds and wildlife in here. I don't think I've ever seen a deer. I've seen frogs and fish, of course. I'm always on the lookout for something cool wildlife-wise, but also this is just a fantastic, beautiful landscape type area. This is perfect for like my style of portraiture. So when all of these cottonwoods turn yellow in a couple of months, we'll come back here. This will be so pretty. It'll be very different. All that green you see reflecting there will all be yellow. So that'd be nice. Ooh, and I see what Steve means about the sky. Maybe it'll give us a show. Maybe I should switch to a different lens and get this whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm going with the 17 to 28 Tamron lens that I have, and it's just wide enough to capture this entire pond. Let's see. I forgot there's a silent shutter. I just took like 10 pictures. But that's kind of what we're looking at. Same settings, everybody. ISO 2500 and 1/640th of a second at f6.3. I did not bring a tripod. The tripod I brought was for you, for this camera. I don't like tripods, but this would be a good use for a tripod to get a longer exposure, and I don't have to have the ISO so high. So I'm pretty sure that's Steve's plan. I see him taking his bag down back there. Maybe we'll creep on him. Let's try to creep on Steve. Let's go.
Oh, hi.
All right, this looks good, Steve.
In the lake?
You're not in the frame?
There
you go.
I've got mountains that are framed by trees. Got a nice reflection in the lakes, and the clouds could be spectacular today. We'll see.
Ooh. Okay, since I have a wide angle lens on, I have more leeway when it comes to camera movement. So I was able to take it down to 1/200th of a second, which means I can drop my ISO to 800, and I'm right in the middle with the f-stop f7.1, and I'm taking kind of the darker look. Let's see. Hopefully there'll be light in the sky, like color in the sky, which would reflect into the water, which would be so great. And then I could have like some wide shots, and Steve can get way in on the mountain with the water and the trees and what he told you. Oh, that looks super cool. Let's go see what his settings are. All right, he's at f11, ISO 200, and looks like 1/4 of a second, 1/4 of a second. So are you doing timer?
Yeah, I've got a 10-second
Okay.
timer on it.
Yeah, so with these longer lenses and he's zoomed in, any little shake of the camera will show up. So we put a 10-second timer on there. I hope that sky lights up. That'll be pretty. Yeah? He's concentrating. Yeah?
Yeah.
Just say yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Just say yeah. If I say yeah, you say yeah. You have to think about it. Ooh, let me see with the mountain framed in it. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay. I just saw lightning. Did you see that? There was lightning. Oh, that's cool. Here, Steve and I just go about our business. I've got my wide-angle lens and I'm roaming around trying to stay out of his shot. And he is working on his pano on the tripod with the long lens. I love how we have two distinct styles of photography, but we can just come out and enjoy this time together, each doing our own thing. It's so nice to just get together and go out on these little mini adventures, whether they're far from home or close to home. We just have such a fun time enjoying this hobby together. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes it's a little stressful taking the time to talk to camera and record these videos, but even in the short time we've been on YouTube, I've loved going back and looking at the old videos. So I hope you're enjoying them as well. I always forget to say this, but please do click subscribe and like and share with any friends that you know. I'd appreciate that. Well, I'm bummed. The light...
We have no color yet. We have no color tonight.
Do you think we will?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's officially a few minutes past sunset now.
I've seen color come in 20 to 30 minutes after sunset.
Okay.
It just kind of depends what's at the mountains.
Okay.
We do have some clouds, but we've got some sun poking through right at the level of the mountains.
So Steve, you did an 8-part pano. So it's going to be like this, right? So
yep.
4 verticals this way, 4 verticals this way.
Actually 10. 5.
Oh.
5 on top, 5 on the bottom.
Oh, wow. And each of these is 60 megapixels?
60 megapixels.
So 10 of those, 600 megapixels? Okay, so anyway, he's going to stitch all that together. Tell us like how you figured out the exposure. Like, what'd you do?
Well, we had really bright skies, but if you get it too bright, then you wash out the oranges in it, oranges and reds. So I kind of exposed to get some nice oranges and reds in the sky. Then ran a full cycle of the panels, ran all 10 frames. And then just on the bottom frames, the bottom 5 frames, I increased the exposure from 1/4 second to 6/10 of a second. And just picked up the panorama of just the bottom frames with a little bit lighter exposure, a little bit longer exposure, so it should be a little bit brighter, and then I'll merge those into the panel also.
And the bottom ones you did brighter because it's so much darker with the trees.
Yes.
And the trees' reflections. So, okay, I wouldn't have thought to change the exposure partway through. That's a good idea.
Well, I did a full set for the first one.
Oh.
And then I can merge together those frames that I want to afterwards in Photoshop.
Okay, cool. Maybe what we'll do is we'll have our editor up at Kate. Hi, Kate. Hi. Say hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate. Maybe what we'll do is we'll show all 10 so you can kind of see what we're talking about. and then we'll show the whole merged one, and you'll get kind of an idea of what we're talking about, this vertical 10 photo pano thing. I really, actually, I hope this really turns out well, because I think it would look really good in our new bathroom.
Yes, it would.
Is that what you were thinking?
No, not actually, but
It would look
will.
good. Yeah. I want to hang this in our house.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
This is hopefully this was just a test run, and we get some color, and
Yeah.
everything works nicely.
But this is close to home, so we can come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Although the conditions are not at all what we expected and envisioned, Steve is still diligently working away at that 10-image pano he talked about. Coming up next, you're going to see us do our closing piece where we're disappointed in the results, but happy that we came out. And Steve has a very good piece of advice in here. But after that, stay tuned. I'm going to actually show you what ended up as the final image. And we were very surprised when we got back to the computer. So you'll want to stick around for that piece too. We didn't get the color.
No color tonight. We'll see what it looks like when we get it stitched together. But yeah, not a lot of color.
Yeah.
So.
And actually super quiet. We saw the one heron, no other birds.
No.
I didn't see blackbirds, nothing.
Nope.
That's kind of weird.
It's strange. It was, kind of like the calm before the storm.
So I didn't see any more lightning either, but it looks kind of brewing back there, doesn't it?
Yep. I guess we're just going to pack up at this point.
Yeah. Well, better luck next time, huh?
Yep.
That's how it is when you go out. It's back up just a little bit, honey. That's kind of how it is when you go out. You don't know.
The really great shots are unusual, and you keep going back and back, waiting for just the right light. It's the way it is.
Really good point.
Yep.
Yeah. So take that to heart. If you're having trouble with your wildlife and landscape, just keep going out. Just keep going. That's part of why we started this YouTube channel, to make ourselves go out every single weekend.
Yep.
It's been good.
It's been good. Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye. He was only making that face because I have so much mosquito repellent on me. It tasted bad, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's all. That's why. Okay, now we're gonna pack up. Okay, bye. I hid my GoPro in the grass for this time lapse of the sunset that evening. The clouds are really cool. Now, when we got home the next day, Steve started stitching together those pictures, and we were very surprised. I want to show you just a little bit of what that looked like and the final image. All right, here's a quick peek at what it looks like in Lightroom. You can see all the pictures stacked on top of each other. And look how big it is, 38,000 by 7,900 pixels. And this is just for the top half. The panel was so big, it continued to crash Steve's computer. So I exported them to smaller sizes, brought them over to my computer here, and then merged the top panel and the bottom panel together. Oh my gosh, it did such a good job. I cleaned up kind of the lower edge where there was a stick in the foreground, but otherwise I think it turned out super good.